Okay, I'm going to show you how to draw a 1-point perspective room. And I've just got pen, sharpener, pencil, rubber and a ruler. A lot of this is about drawing with the ruler. And as you can see, that this ruler goes to this line here, goes to this dot in the distance. And if I put my pencil on that dot, you can see that the floor goes to the dot in the distance. The skirting goes to the dot in the distance. The top of the ceiling goes to the dot in the distance. And I'm going to start by showing you how to do this. So to start with, we're going to start by drawing the dot. And here we are. I'm going to stick that up there. So I draw a dot there, and that is, I've did it 14 centimeters up. You can just judge it really. I put a measurement on there because students want to know what the measurement is. And that is halfway across with the ruler. This is a piece of A4 paper, which is 297, but I always put the ruler there and then judge 15 in the middle, just put a dot. So that's 14 up and it's halfway across. And then what I'm going to do from there is actually draw a line from each corner to the dot. Now the problem is I'm drawing it dark so you can see it. I've got a 4B pencil. As you draw it, you're going to end up rubbing these lines out. So you want to draw it lightly because it's going to end up looking like this. Okay, so this is so you can see. So I'm drawing it heavy so you can see. I'm going to measure in 9. And then I'm keeping that line parallel with the edge of the paper. So it's a vertical line. And then drawing a line there. This line's going to go across. And there's going to be a line 9 up on the other side, 9 in. And sometimes this takes a little bit of playing around with, and you're going to end up with a rectangle in the end, which is going to be the end of the room. Now, I've drawn it dark, but I would draw it very lightly. So that line, you don't have to rub it out. So here, you can see I've drawn this lightly, and there I can rub out that line. So I'm just left with the room. The lines you can see underneath is where I'm going to draw the floor. That's going to be the next thing. So on my ruler, I'm just going to mark, get the ruler so it fits across the bottom of the page equally. Then I'm going to go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, the 3 times table, 18, 21, 24, 27. And then the last one will fall off the end of the paper. Then from there, I'm going to draw to the vanishing point, which is just here, the dot we drew earlier. Now, this is where some people go wrong because they just do a vertical line, or they start losing the point that it's got to go to the vanishing point. So put your ruler on the vanishing point or put your pencil on the vanishing point and draw off. And you should then end up with every line going to the vanishing point. And there's only going to be one vanishing point because it's 1-point perspective. So there we go. And what you're going to end up with is this. Now on there I've shown you how I've got every line going off from that 1 point. So it should look like this. And that's just an example so you understand that all the lines go to that one vanishing point. Now I am going to do a tiled floor. Now this is a little bit of a warning. I want it really nice and light because I want to draw over this picture. So I've actually drawn it dark with a heavy pencil so you can see it on the video. But really, when I draw it, I would draw it light. So later, if you want to rub out this diagonal line, you can because it's obviously drawn faint. So I'm going to show you how to do this now. Now, just going to tape up that bit of the book. I'm going to draw a line diagonally across the page. And I'm doing it heavy, but you want that really light because you're going to rub it out. Then, where it intersects this first line, I'm going to draw a horizontal line parallel with the bottom of the paper, and that line across the page. And I'm going to do it again where it intersects the second line. So it's not a mystery. Where it intersects that line, you're going to draw a line across. So where it intersects the third line going across, I'm then going to draw a parallel line across again. Where it intersects the fourth line, I'm going to draw a line across again, and it becomes more evident as you come down. That's around roughly the middle of the room, and so I'm going to draw a line which is horizontal across there. Now, what you might not realise is that I'm making sure that that is parallel with the edge of the paper going across there. So on the next one, I'm going to draw a line across. On the next one, I'm going to draw a line across. Where it intersects the next line, I'm going to draw a line across. Where it intersects the last line, I'm going to draw a line across, and then my ruler falls off the edge of the paper, so I'm going to just draw on the bottom side of the ruler. Now, what I've done is I've sectioned this off at 3 centimeters. In here, I haven't got a clue what our length of that room is there, this end of the room, but I've actually divided it equally by drawing it to the dot. So I've reduced it. That's actually a bit of maths. Here, I've reduced the size of each tile as it goes away. And that is the maths, really. So here is one I drew earlier, which I've taken more time and drawn exact. These lines get closer together. And as I measure there, that is about 9 millimeters. The next one just under 9, and when I measure the end, or let's say measure the middle, that's 7. The one at the very end is 3. Now I couldn't mathematically work out how to drop those down, but by drawing that diagonal line, the tiles have got smaller as they go further away, which is a rule of perspective. So that is how to do the floor. Now everything else comes into this now, which is how to finish the entire room. I've drawn this lightly so I can rub it out, because as you can see from the last one, I'm going to put a carpet there, or a settee, or a chest of drawers, or a television, and those things will cover up the drawings underneath, the bits of the drawing. So on here, I'm going to stick to these rules, and that is everything that's on the ceiling, the floor, and the 2 walls go to the vanishing point. Everything that's on the back wall is going to stay the same. So if I'm going to draw a door, that's just going to be a rectangle. So that would be a door. And I'm judging that, the height of the room, look in a room and just see how far that comes up from the top. But if I'm going to draw a window, let's say, I'm going to draw that window to that vanishing point. The bottom of the window, let's have it about that big, it's going to go to the vanishing point. Then these lines are going to be vertical. Now, having looked at windows before, I know that I'm going to see the inside of the window, not this side, because I can't see round the back. So here, I'm going to draw a horizontal line there, And that line will go from the vanishing point out. Now you can see that I've actually can see the inside the window. If I wanted to show my understanding of how a room looks, I could draw a window board, the ends sticking off slightly, and that's how to draw a window. Likewise, let's have a look at my picture that I originally done. The carpet is going to follow the vanishing point. Now carpets are not organic, they're rectangles, but you can see how you could draw it in the rectangular shape and then rub out the grid in the middle, so it looks like the carpet sat on a tiled floor. The reason I've drawn a tiled floor, by the way, is just to show that I understand how things get smaller as they go further away. The sofa, well, if this is a sofa, it could fit right down to the floor. It follows the vanishing point, which is there. This bottom follows the vanishing point, which is there. What I do, I just make it organic, so soft, and then that's becomes soft furnishings. So That's drawn freehand without a ruler. That's how we can make it look as though it's naturalistic. And then what I would do, because I've drawn it lightly, because I warned you about that earlier, you then get a settee set in the room. With the chest of drawers here, what you want to do is draw a rectangle first of all, there. So that rectangle fits on the tiled floor, it just happens to fit exactly on the tile. And then this line goes to the vanishing point, to the vanishing point, to the vanishing point, and then that's a horizontal line, and that's a vertical line. And there you've got a box or chest of drawers. And when I show you now on my finished picture, I did some wood effect on there. Notice it didn't go up to exactly the tile because I wanted to look naturalistic. I can't everything go to the tile. The carpet I didn't put exactly up to the edge of the tile, so it looked as though it was naturalistically in there. This is a mirror or a picture frame. I see this side the picture frame. On the other one you notice I drew a window and I showed the inside. Well, on there I've actually got the inside of the mirror. To make it naturalistic, I've shaded into the corner of the room, and then to make it look as though there was a bit of atmosphere there. Skirting boards, they go to the vanishing point. Top of the plug goes to the vanishing point. The light switch there is just a rectangle. As would, if you put a clock there, it would be a circle. But if you put a clock on there, it would be an ellipse. So that ellipse is something that's in perspective. Now, if I wanted to find, put a light there, I would want to find the middle of the room. What I would do is draw from one corner to the other like that, and one corner to the other on the other side, and then that would actually find the point where the actual light is. So there's a perspective room. If you're lucky enough to be in my class, I'll have a photocopy for you to work from, and that's how to draw a perspective room.